Good morning from the Lincolnshire countryside on this rather grey morning, but we're about to embark on another rail trail. We're starting at Stixwould. It's the old platform, old signal box, but we're heading south to Kirkstead Bridge, which was known as Woodhall Junction. This another old building from the railway days. This line was built in 1848, shut down in 1970. Some nice daisy-like flowers on the trail. We're heading to Woodhall Junction, where there's more platform and a different kind of station house there to view. Just come off the tarmac path, the cycleway. Let's have a look at this gorgeous river, the River Witham. Goes out to sea at Boston and runs all the way to Lincoln. And this old line would have had views of the Witham quite a lot of the way. Hear that cuckoo? Must be somewhere close. Still walking along the River Witham. Must be a lovely way to travel the Witham. The line would have carried on that way to Boston. Even still says on the window Woodhall Junction. There's the old platform. Still in good nick, really. Can't go any further that way though. We're going to take the branch line that went to Horncastle. It's about 7 miles to walk. Woodhall Junction was built by the Great Northern Railway in 1848 as one of the stations on the Lincolnshire Loop line. This linked Peterborough to Doncaster by way of Spalding, Boston and Lincoln. The station at Kirkstead became a junction in August 1855. Might just make out the bench has still got Woodhall Junction on it, and that door there Station Master. And you can clearly see it still says Woodhall Junction, with the writing board still there as well. Being preserved quite well, really. Looks like I've even got a bit of track with GNR on it there in the garden. Wonderful. Well, we've got to leave this junction behind. Set off to Horncastle. Lupin's down there. I think we're back on the line now. This line was built from Woodhall Junction to Woodhall Spa and to Horncastle, mainly for the tourism, with Woodhall being a spa town. Beautiful, this little bit. That was definitely the old line we was walking with the Lupins, because there's a railway post, tensioners, and that house there we're looking at is called the Gatehouse. So definitely the line ran that way past here into the middle of Woodhall. It says you are standing at a point in which the Horncastle and Kirkstead Junction Railway line crossed the road on its way to Horncastle. At junction near Kirkstead Bridge, with the main line from Lincoln to Boston. Another old railway post. Where we passed that shop, smallest shoe shop in the country, the line went left of that and ran behind all these guest houses and pubs and that, so people would get off the station and straight into the hotel, which would have been along here. More railway concrete posts being left here. The line shut in 1971 to freight. This branch line opened in 1855. As I said, it's 7 miles to Horncastle. Been meaning to do this walk for a couple of years, been waiting for the right time, and early June's just right for the rhododendrons. We've come off the railway line for a little bit, but we'll get back on it, get to the outskirts of Woodhall. Beautiful rhododendrons. When I'm on these walks, I'm always looking for old railway stuff from way back when. I don't know if this is, but it's in the bottom of the rhododendrons. Looks like it's got a couple of wheels. I don't know whether it's to do with farming or what, but it's a nice find all the same. This is part of the Viking Way behind Woodhall. See why we decided this walk in June. We'll soon be back on the railway line, which is known as the Spar Trail. It's about 4 miles to Horncastle, and my lift back on the bus. I need to be there by 4 o'clock, and it's about 12:30 now, so plenty of time to explore. Still on the Viking Way, passing through Woodhall Spas golf course. I used to play a bit. They wouldn't let me on here though, hacking around. But there was a book called A Good Walk Spoiled, all about golf. And now I've done some walking and understand what they mean. Come for a walk, see some great views, some wildlife, you go home happy. You have a bad round at golf, you're beating yourself up. Seems crazy, doesn't it? Well, that's what happens. Just to get out and stroll at your own pace, take in the sights, absolutely wonderful. Must be my week for wildlife. Playful squirrel. That's the old gatehouse. We're about to rejoin the old railway line all the way to Horncastle, known as the Spar Trail. One of the sculptures on this rail trail, there's at least 3 or 4, memory serves me right. Easy walking, nice and flat, as railway lines were on the whole. Just had a sandwich and been chatting to an old boy I know from Horncastle who actually used to ride the steam train, and he was telling me when the drivers told him to hop on and hop off just before the station and not tell anybody they'd had a ride on the train. That was they'd be young lads, got a free ride on the train. Lovely talking to him about the old stories of this line. The men who built the railways. In the late 1840s, over 250,000 men known as navvies were employed in their construction. Around 450 navvies were employed to build this line, which was completed in 1855. Martin Bridge to your right was built to carry the rope between Horncastle and Woodhall Spar over the track. During the works there were several accidents. One involved a runaway truck, and another occurred when part of the cutting made along this part of the line collapsed. fascinating. And this is the bridge they built way back then. This is what the navvies built. Obviously built in 1855. That's when the line opened. Another sculpture up here, which is more to do with the Viking way, mind. Sculpture of a Viking bridge. When I walked the Viking way, in fact I sat on that. Not that I should have done, but makes a lovely cycle path, walking path these days. Another sculpture. There is a story in Horncastle about a buried locomotive. There was, about 100 years ago I'm guessing, there was a hotel called the Railway Hotel. It's been knocked down now, it's Bell's Yard. But apparently there was a mine under there. They was getting the clay out for bricks. And when it all finished, they left some carriages. And the old boys even say there's a loco buried underground under the yard there. I don't know how true it is, but it made the papers a few years ago. Maybe there is a locomotive buried in Horncastle, waiting to be dug up. That broom shrub adding a bit of colour on the trail. Probably a mile or so now to Horncastle and the terminus of this line. From carrier's car to railway carriage. Before the line was built, travellers could take one of the horse-drawn carrier's carts between Horncastle and Kirkstead. The journey was deeply rutted, roads were rough, and it took between 4 and 5 hours to cover the distance of 7 miles. By train, the journey was reduced to 23 minutes. In my 8 years on YouTube, there has been 1 or 2 people who said they'd like to come for a walk. Well, I've now joined a Facebook group, Lincolnshire Hiking Buddies, and if you're local, why don't you join and you'll maybe catch me and have a chat on one of the walks. I don't go on all of them, but I go on a few, so that'd be nice to meet up with anybody who's local and would like to come along. As I said, check out on Facebook Lincolnshire Hiking Buddies and join there. Just found this, like an old fire grate. Or could it really have been anything to do with the railways? It's been there quite a while anyway. Note the name, the sidings. Now look at old pictures of the line. That very old building is in all of them. So that was around with the railways. That post is the end of the line and the only thing left of the railways round Horncastle. On this site, the station house and the engine sheds have all been knocked down. That's the last thing left. Well, what a superb day that has been. Just like to say thank you very much for watching, liking and commenting. Hope you've enjoyed this walk on the rail trail. Until next time, bye. You know, it's mind-blowing when you think, probably back in the 50s and 60s, especially in the summertime, this platform would be busy. People heading to the coast, to Skegness and such like. Derelict just. Just stood here, idle, all the noise has gone. Just got the memories of people passing through here on the way for their summer holidays.